this is JR, the expat in Saigon. Today I've got a little review for you on my retirement watch. I promised this in a couple of earlier videos. But first, I thought we'd talk about COVID here in Ho Chi Minh City. It's pretty bad right now. The caseload is about double what it was a few days ago, and things are really just not getting better yet. But there's a lot of vaccines coming into play from different sources, and things should get better. I think we're going to see it improve in maybe a few weeks. May not be right away, but we will see it improve. The hospitals are pretty loaded up, but they're adding facilities all the time. There's also an ambulance shortage. I'm not sure how they'll handle that. Ambulances are not easy to acquire, although they could use some taxi cabs or SUVs. I think they'll be able to manage. I'm not sure exactly how they'll do it, but I'm sure that they'll make do and take care of that problem too. Vietnamese are very resourceful people. I've been to the store a few times. The big shortages at the store are fruits and vegetables. There's just not any. The last time I went, there was some little cabbages, and that was about it. I'm not sure today, I haven't been. The problem is there's 3 big wholesale markets here that serve Saigon, and all 3 of them are shut down because of the COVID pandemic. So it's really made supplying the stores with fruits and vegetables pretty difficult. The city is setting up some temporary supermarkets or markets to sell vegetables and things. We should see some help from that soon. They said they're going to set up over 1,000 places where you can buy certain food items that are in shortages at the regular grocery stores and supermarkets. So we'll see how that goes. The watch we're talking about today is the Meistersinger 1Z Mechanic. This watch is pretty unique. It only has one hand. It has an hour hand, and that's it. It's a really interesting watch. This watch was designed back in 2001 by Manfred Brasseler. He wanted to make a watch for people that really just kind of wanted to know about what time it was and weren't the chronograph, chronometer, tourbillon type persons. These people just wanted to kind of know about what time it was. And I think that's perfect for a retired person. So when I retired, I got one. And I have really kind of enjoyed it. It's a little bit of a dress watch when it's on its original strap, which is a leather strap. When I moved to Southeast Asia, the humidity and rain and environment, the heat and sweat, pretty much ruined the leather strap really quickly. I tried another leather strap and it didn't even last a year. So I put a stainless bracelet on the watch, and that seems to work well, and it looks good on the watch. The watch is kind of dressy, but it really can go either way. It can be a little sporty or a little dressy, depending on the strap or the bracelet that you put on the watch. It's a nice size. It's 42 millimeter. It has a hand winding at a movement. 2801-2 I think is the movement number. It's got a white enamel face with a blued hand, which is really nice. Only one blued hand. There's no second hand, there's no minute hand, there's nothing. Only one hand shows the hours. I like the numbers on the watch because they use 2 digits. So 1 is 01, and of course 12 is 1 and a 2. But it's really kind of neat. I like that. And it makes it real uniform when you look at the face of the watch. This watch I think also came in cream color and black, but I like the white. The white really stands out well. The back of the watch is a see-through and shows the movement. The movement's pretty simple, and it's not extremely decorated or anything. It's just has some gold highlights and things like that. But it's a nice thing to be able to see the little movement working back there when you want to take the watch off and take a look at it. The back of the watch is pretty plain. It does have some engraving with the manufacturer and the model number and all that on it, serial number. And that's about it. We're looking at 42 millimeters, 10 millimeters thick, or about 12 millimeters counting the domed crystal. It's a very comfortable watch to wear. A lot of times watches that size are a little big for me, but this one fits pretty well. I like it. So if you're looking for a watch that has an interesting history and people will comment on it when they see you wearing it, you might want to try one of these Meister Singer watches, the one-hand versions. They do make some multi-hand watches, but the original concept was a one-hand watch. I've had this little guy for, like I said, about 15 years, and it's been serviced once. A couple of years ago, I had it serviced in Singapore, and it's just doing great. When I bought this watch, I think the list price on the watch was about 495 euros or so, and now they're bringing about $1,000 on the secondhand market. They've gained a little, about 8 or 9% a year, I guess, in collector's value. So if you have one and you've had it a long time, you might have made a little money on it if you could sell it. Granted, a one-hand watch is not the easiest thing to sell. But overall, it's a fun watch to wear. It always is a conversation starter. I think that any watch that people notice on your arm and a conversation begins between watch lovers, that's a good thing. It's a good way to meet people. I know several people here in Vietnam that are watch collectors, and that's kind of fun. We have a common interest. Actually, there are a lot of watch collectors here in Vietnam, and there's some watch collecting websites. I'll put a couple of those in the description below, and you can see what's available here and at what prices. That might be of interest to you. Prices in Vietnam are a little higher than most places. I guess that's because of taxes and duty and such as that. But overall, the selection that you find here is pretty good. It's mostly dress watches though, more dress watches than sports watches. I don't think the heavy sports watches and dive watches are as popular here in Vietnam as they are other places. Well, this is JR, the Texpat in Saigon. I hope you enjoyed seeing my retirement watch and hearing our little update on the situation here in Saigon concerning the COVID pandemic. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. That always helps. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, don't be shy. It's free. Well, hey guys, I appreciate it, and thank y'all for watching.